Hello, tubers and tubettes. My name is David, and I live in Northern California, and I love California. So lately, I've been looking at a lot of, I always look at a lot of videos about expats moving to different countries, and I love seeing the pros and the cons, and the goods and the bads, and the things like that. And I've always been looking at Philippines mostly. I don't see myself doing any of this, but it is kind of nice to experience it through other people's eyes. And by talking to different people, or listening to different people, it kind of makes me see all the different viewpoints that everybody has. So lately, though, I was thinking, wow, if I was going to live somewhere, or even have a second house, it would be nice to have one maybe in Mexico. Now, that's not going to happen with my wife because my wife does not like Mexico. She does not want to live in Mexico. She does not like it. Um, And I used to tell people, I don't want to live in Mexico because I don't want my head to be on a stick. And I'm talking mostly about the drug wars, that are going on. And a lot of people are in areas that the United States does not recommend that you travel to. They're living there, and th's like, yeah, it's pretty bad, And I keep thinking, oh my God, all of a sudden your channel's going to be gone because you're dead. But they don't seem to be that worried about it. They're not fearful. So I think that I don't know if that's naive or just being hopeful or, because it didn't happen to them, they're not worried about it. But in the Philippines and also in Mexico, there's actually quite a bit of safety issues with people living there. Some people don't ever have a problem, and then some people do. Some of it, I think, has to do with your habits. If you're running around late at night, drinking, you know, you have more potential, drawing attention to yourself, that kind of thing. But anyway, we're watching a new lady, and I think she's in Puerto Vallarta, and she's from Canada. She sold everything that she had. She said a three-bedroom, three-bath house in Canada, put everything into two um, bags, uh, luggage bags, and moved to Puerto Vallarta. She bought a house there, bought a car, not a house, a condo, and it's very small. But I mean, it's on the beach, so I mean, of course, it can be small. And then she also bought a car there, very small car, and she's in kind of like a resort area. So she says sometimes you get so hot there for maybe 2 months, you're not really going outside. You're in your condo and there's air conditioning. A lot of expats there, so I would say it's more like a expat bubble. You could probably get away without learning too much Spanish, although she is trying to. And she's doing a lot of volunteering, to help the poor, with meals and stuff. I think that's really good. I think that would be kind of great to do that, in your latter years. But I cannot imagine selling everything that I have in my house, leaving all my friends and family, my business associates, even my job. I cannot imagine doing that and going and living somewhere and then not doing anything all day long. Just I mean, I'm sure I'd be busy, exercising because she exercises 3 times a week and she looks like she's in really good health. I'd be the same way. And but that's still not enough. I mean, I exercise now that way, so it's still not enough, and it makes it so that I think I would be really, very, very bored. I think it would be very boring for me. So I was thinking, maybe my channel, instead of being California Dreamer, should be retiring in California because I've lived in California all my life and I don't see myself going anywhere. In fact, if I were ever to think like, oh, I'd like to go check out some place in Mexico, which we have gone to Cabo San Lucas quite a bit, and over the years, but my wife just did not like it. The dirtiness of it. A lot of people are poor. That really bums her out, and not being able to easily talk to people because of the language barrier. For some reason, she doesn't have a problem with Italy or Spain or Europe, Switzerland, Germany, uh, England. She loves those areas, so that's where we tend to go, and that's what she likes, so that's fine. And then for tropical vacations, we go to Hawaii, which is not the cheapest place to go, but we don't, we go there at least once a year usually, and so it's more of a limited time. We go and we really, really enjoy it and enjoy getting away from everything. But I'm usually pretty anxious to get back and start running some pool estimate leads. That's kind of like almost like my relaxing thing because it's very creative. What I have to do, come up with a design for a backyard right in front of people. I hand draw, I write upside down so when they're sitting on the other side of the table, they can see that. And I really don't want to give that up. I really enjoy that. And so my mantra has always been I'm never retiring, and I really don't want to retire unless I have to retire. Like there's some kind of physical ailment or I can't remember if my memory gets worse or I'm drooling on people, I always say. So I love California. I think I'm going to live in California. We feel very safe where we're at. There's not really too much crime going on where we're at. I mean, there is crime, but it's nothing like a gang war or something going like that, or you could be abducted and killed and thrown in the ocean. We don't have that kind of stuff. So this weekend, for instance, we're talking about going to IKEA because I was looking in my wife's office and I was saying we should get like a storage place, a nice one for our shoes, so we could organize that. And so she's like, yeah, yeah, that would be good. I go, why don't we go to IKEA, today or tomorrow, and we'll find one that I can make. I just got done making her a set of cabinets for her office. Not making them, but I actually screwed them all together. And I'm doing one for myself up in my loft for my bottles. So I'm doing that already. And I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool to go to IKEA and get these boxes for our shoes. For some reason, we tend to have a lot of shoes. And in my closet, I don't have anything to hold my shoes. So we have shoes all over the place. And I need to wear them out and I need to throw them away. It's always hard for me to throw away shoes, but I do need to wear them out and throw them away. And I even have two brand new pairs of Skechers I just got for my birthday. They're in boxes on top of my shelf because I have too many Skechers already. And I tend to buy the same color and everything. I like a particular brand, the slip-on type. So she gets that for me. So in watching some of these videos, it's really made me just kind of think. I don't know. I just like watching them. Another one I've been watching lately is called Filipina Petite, and she looks very traditional Filipino, kind of a big round face. I think they call it moon face, and she looks like she might be a little heavy, although it's hard to tell because you only see mostly her head. And she was going on like a pretty big rant about a lot of these Filipinos that are getting married to older Americans or foreigners in general, and then all of a sudden they go from super poverty, where they're just don't even know how they're going to get rice, to big wealth, like they're buying, handbags and buying this and that, which is not that big of a deal for the foreigners. But they don't say anything, due to my foreigner being so good to me and da 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 da. I'm able to get this and this and this, and she thinks that they should do that, but instead they're making it like, oh well, look what I got, and look what I got, and look what I got, and I have one of these, a Louis Vuitton, purse and stuff. And I know for foreigners, even for myself or my wife, if my wife wanted one, we just get one. But over there, they literally come from poverty, and then all of a sudden they're living in a nice condo or nice house or something like that, just due to being married to the foreigner. I talked before about transactional relationships, and that's what it is. There was an older guy who I just really liked him because he just said it like it was. It was a street interview. I wish they could have had more about this guy because I just really liked him. And he was talking about how, I'm 80 years old. When I go to America, nobody's looking at me. Nobody's looking to date me. Nobody cares about what I have to say. But I come here and all of a sudden I've got a lot of interest. There's a lot of people. Their most common thing they ask you is, are you married? And if you say, no, I'm not married, or why aren't you married? You should be married. Why aren't you married? It's almost like they can't believe that you're not married, you're not taken. And I'm talking for 60, 70-year-old guys. And so this old guy, he was talking about how he's got a transactional relationship with a 26-year-old lady. He goes, I know she's not in love with me. She's in love with the security that I can provide for her. And maybe at some point, we like each other a lot, but he goes, I can't say we're in love. And I'm with her because she's stunning. She's beautiful, and she's 26 years old, and I'm 80. And he goes, that doesn't happen anywhere else except in the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia. That's why a lot of guys are going over there. I'm just hoping that my wife outlives me so I don't have to deal with any kind of dating or anything after this, because I've been married for 37 years. And my wife, really, out of everything I have, my wife is everything. I mean, she is everything to me. I don't care about my cars, and I have a lot of nice cars. I don't care about my Batmobiles. I don't care about my parts. I don't care about anything. Just to have my wife, safe and healthy. That's the most important thing for me. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about some of the videos. These are reaction videos of videos that I've been watching. I'm going to watch some more on the Mexico videos because I am intrigued with the idea of maybe having a second place, to go to. But I can definitely tell you my wife is not going to want to go to Mexico, maybe not even for a trip. We have a friend that has a condo down there, but you have to fly to Arizona, I think like Phoenix or something, and then you've got to drive 2 hours into Mexico. And my wife is always telling me, oh, hell no, I'm not going there. And it's like a free vacation. We could stay at their condo for free. I mean, other than the travel and the food and stuff. But she has no interest in doing it. And so then whenever they ask us, just pretty much like, yeah, not to them, but to other friends. I go, yeah, Kim doesn't want to have her head on a stick because, I've heard that they do that kind of stuff. But I know it's not rampant like that. But driving 2 hours through the desert to get to some place that, is cheap, that's not my wife's idea of a great vacation. Any kind of risk, she's not into that. So that probably, is safe for me. But I do like watching these videos because I am probably not ever going to move to any of these places. But it's kind of neat to see people that have moved there and the positives and the negatives of it. I don't know why. I do enjoy doing that. I think living through somebody else's eyes, but knowing in myself that I'm going to retire in California, and we love California. So I'm already kind of semi-retired, but I don't see us ever moving. I actually don't even see us moving from our big house. I think we'll just stay in our big house and we'll just like it. I don't see myself selling my truck. I love my truck. I don't see myself selling the car that I'm in right now because I love this car. And it's just the way our lives have turned out. There was a lot of planning to get to the point that we are now. And without the kids being around and they're in their own little worlds, this has been a really good world for us. And we love our neighbors. We're having a big barbecue tomorrow at one of our friends' house. I'm sorry, probably tonight we're having it. And then going to church every Sunday. We have a routine that we do there. And so it's a very comfortable life. So thank you very much for watching. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Subscribe if you can. And I'll try to get better with my videos in the future. Thank you much and have a great day.